Hey there, this is Penelope. This is a video on how we can use integration to find the volume of various solids. And we call these solids of revolution because what we've got is we can take a part of a function and rotate it around an axis, either the x-axis or the y-axis, though not specifically those axes. But if we do that rotation, we get a solid three-dimensional figure. The formula, if you rotate it around the x-axis, is that the volume is equal to pi times the integral between a and b of the function squared. So in this case, it's the line y equals a half x, and between 4 and 0. So that means if we put in 4, it must be up to 2. Now imagine that we're going to rotate it around to make a cone like that. Okay, just use the formula. V equals pi times the integral between 0 and 4 of the function squared. Now a half squared is a quarter, so I'm going to take that a quarter out and just use the integration of the x bit. So that would be pi by 4 times, now the integral of x squared is x cubed over 3 between 0 and 4. Tidy it up a bit before we substitute. So that'd be pi x cubed over 12. I don't need the plus c, but it's a good idea if you're the sort that forgets to put it in when you need to put it in. Alright, substituting in the numbers, I'm going to get 64 pi over 12 minus 0. And I can tidy that up. That'll give me 16 pi over 3 cubic units. If I needed that as a number, that's roughly 16.76 units cubed. Here's a slightly more real example. We have a funnel and a filtering system that is modelled by y equals e to the x, and it's from -1 to 1. So if we rotate that around the x-axis, whoops, that's not very good drawing, we're going to get a shape a bit like that, and it's from 1 to -1. Regardless of my useless drawing skills, we just use the formula v equals pi times the integral between -1 and 1 of f of x squared. In this case, the function is e to the x, so it's e to the x squared, which is e to the 2x. So that's pi times, now let's do the integration, tidy it up in a minute before we substitute. The integral of e to the 2x is a half e to the 2x between -1 and 1. Putting them in, pi times, oh, why don't I take the half out? I'll put it out there. So then it becomes e to the 2 times 1, which is 2, minus e to the -2. Could leave it like that, or if you needed it as a number, it would be 11.39 cubic units. But let's check. It specifies that it's centimetres, so let's use that and make it cubic centimetres.